Okay, well, welcome. Again, I'm Walter from the Earth Angels Meetup Group, and I just wanted to cover a topic that comes up all the time, and that, of course, is why, if there is a God, does God allow bad things to happen to good people? And sure, start with an easy one. It's a great question. It comes up all the time, and I'll tell you the answer as I understand it, or have come to learn it. It basically boils down to two areas, or when you talk about bad things happening to good people. And the first is around, if God existed, how could God allow, say, the Holocaust to happen, where millions of innocent people were burned to death, and exterminated, which is about one of the most horrible things that could happen. And of course, there's the second part of that would be, how could God allow innocent children, say newborns, to be, horribly killed or something when they're quite young, which is also another horrible event. And the answer is, let's cover the first, that God didn't actually do all those horrible things to us. It was actually us doing terrible things to us. God allows us and loves us enough to give us two things, two amazing things. The first is have complete and total freedom to choose to be who we are. God loves us unconditionally, which means just that. There is nothing that we can do that can take us out of love of God. God doesn't require anything of us, and that's just a given. So God loves us unconditionally, and we have the free will to choose and be and create anything that we wish this life to be and create. We are created in God's likeness as creators, which means that we can create the world around us, our existence, based on our beliefs. So when you say, how does God allow bad things to happen? It's actually a blessing. God loves us enough to love us regardless of what our choices are. But it is our choice. It wasn't God that made Hitler make those decisions. It was Hitler that made that decision, that horrible decision. And it was the population that went along with it and believed it, and carried out those actions. So that's the short answer, is that we are in control of what our universe is, good or bad. And it's all based on our beliefs, the power of our belief. We can create the world around us based on our beliefs, whether that's good or bad, or whether we're conscious of it or not. So all those great previous books and theologies, etc., like the law of attraction, basically that says like energy attracts like energy. When you put out good thoughts and you focus on your beliefs, you can manifest them and make them come true. Again, whether you focus your thoughts on the good or the bad, you make them come true based on what your thoughts are constantly focused on. The worst thing that we can do, the worst, quote-unquote, worst thing we can do is, on this earth, is kill each other. But when we kill each other, our spirit is released, and we go back into our spirit form, which doesn't have good or bad. We, in our spirit form, only exist as love. We know nothing else. In that energy, in that vibration, there is only love. So when we speak of heaven, or you hear of heaven, it is just that. It's our spirit form. There is no evil. There is only good. our choice of good and evil exists here when we're in our physical form. So now, the second part of that question is, well, how is it that a baby can have horrible things happen to it? They're innocent. They haven't chosen anything. That goes to a second sort of part of this, is that our spirit is eternal, and to say that or to think that it could be limited to just one lifetime just doesn't really make sense, because energy itself is eternal. It's never created or destroyed. It just changes. We ourselves are energy. Every energy molecule in the universe put together, you can think of as God or the universal force. We are a small part of that. We are eternal. We have been, always will be, just like energy, any other energy. And so to say that we've come into one lifetime just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't fit in the laws of the universe. So we come back again and again, and we can experience ourselves, life, in this physical form again and again. And we can't, you can't truly experience love. It's one thing to know love. So in our spirit form we know love, we are love, but we can't really experience the opposite of love, the hate, the fear, until we're here in this physical form. So we learn things when we're here, and when we do something terrible, we completely have this amnesia, because if we came into this body, first of all, our brain probably couldn't handle an eternity of memories and experiences. And secondly, if we already could remember everything we've learned, we couldn't learn it. So we have this amnesia. We can't remember everything that we've learned from our spirit experiences over several lifetimes or eternities. So we start with complete amnesia, and we start by doing basically animalistic things. There's, this universe, or this physical universe, is about, polar opposites: good, bad, white, black, up, down, and good and evil. And we need to basically experience evil, and truly experience it here in this physical form, to truly know it and experience it. Once we've learned that lesson, we can then move on. We don't need to experience it again. And we carry those experiences, locked in. It's locked into basically our spirit form. So the next time we come and we've learned that, what it feels like to do something terrible to an innocent, whether that is a beating, a murder, a rape, we don't need to experience that again. It's experienced, we know that experience, and we can move on to sort of something less instinctive or animalistic. So when we do something terrible to someone else, an innocent, the best way, just like any other law of reaction, action-reaction, the best way to truly experience what it's like to be, raped, or to feel what it's like when we rape someone else, is to come back and be raped. For example, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to minimalize it or anything, I'm just trying to put it into an example. If you do something horrible in one lifetime, and you just don't get it, the best way to know what that experience is like is to come back in the next life and experience that. So it's carried forward, and it's basically our learning mechanism, our experiencing mechanism, our wisdom mechanism. So the short answer is, it's not God. God loves us enough to allow us to experience all there is in life, good and bad, and we create our universe around us, our life, based on our beliefs. And we're creating whether we are conscious of it or not. So that's the short answer. It's not God doing bad things to good people. It's people doing bad things to good people, and it's all based on our choice. So the real choice is who you choose to be and who you are, and choose and love and grow. All right, so that's a short answer. Please comment. I'd love to open the discussion, and if you have other video rebuttals or just comments, please feel free to comment, and thanks. We'll talk.